Is Clemson that much better than Alabama, or is it the proverbial play it 10 more times, you might get a different result, Chris?
They're not 4 touchdowns better. I mean, stats don't mean a lot. When you look at the game, though, Bama controlled the clock. The yards were very close. It was really just situational football. You pointed out the crazy decision. That was the worst conceived fake I've ever seen in design and execution. I mean, you got to call it off. I mean, you're going to have a kicker as a lead blocker for a quarterback. You got a quarterback holder. If you're going to run a fake, shouldn't he throw it? You're going to follow a kicker up into the hole against Christian Wilkins and company. So they made some crazy decisions because I think there was some panic, and I think that they moved the ball. The key for me, Rich, was that possession early in the third quarter. They were down 15. You figured they're going to make a push. They're definitely going to make a run that Clemson's going to have to withstand. They had the ball for 5 minutes, and they came up empty. So red zone, third down, all the situational stuff that decides a lot of games when high-level teams collide. Bama lost in all those categories: turnovers, shock plays, penalties, you name it. It's a weird thing. You think of a blizzard of big plays. They had a false start down there on the goal line when they were trying to run the Wildcat and got cute. Set them back, settled for 3. That's a 4-point play right there. There's 100 ways they could have got the ball the final yard into the end zone, and they didn't. And I thought that was a real momentum shift. And Clemson went on a 31-point run right after that. So, no, they're not 4 touchdowns better, but they played light years better in that game.
Well, and you guys discussed it last night, and it's been all over the place in the last 24 hours, too. Since 2015, Clemson and Alabama have the same number of national championships and the same win-loss record of 55-4. So is it these two schools and programs and then everybody else now, Chris?
It has been. I mean, they're 106-4 against all others in that span. That's mind-blowing, okay? And they show no signs of slowing down. Dabo Swinney told me that Clemson's better next year. Coaches say that and fans get skeptical. What are they going to say? We're going to be worse? Well, yeah, a lot of coaches do admit that this is the year. There are going to be huge holes the following year. Dabo's an upbeat guy, but that's not just spin. You look at the offense. They're all freshmen and sophomores. You lose Renfro and Trevion Thompson, but every other guy who touched the ball is back for 1 year, sometimes 2 years. Defense, yeah, they got some studs that are going. There's going to be some big holes to fill on that defensive front, and they'll lose a couple guys probably early to the draft, but they got so much talent in the pipeline. They may be outscoring people, more shootouts than defensive stops, but they're going to be hard to beat. And Bama's going to bounce back. I mean, you said Tua's there, and they've got tremendous talent. I just think this is the kind of loss that Saban's never taken. So what are the off-season repercussions? What are the echoes of that? I mean, the long-time bully in this sport got smacked around like none of us thought was possible. So it sets up as a pretty intriguing start to next season and a pretty long off-season, I think, in Tuscaloosa.
Well, knowing Saban as you do, what do you think the reaction's going to be? What do you think he's going to do, if anything?
Man, I don't know, because I know him a little bit, but this is a new position for him. He's lost games before. But, the other time they lost a championship game, the only time he'd lost it, Watson leads them down. They throw a touchdown with 1 second to go. They lost a split decision on points, right?
Right.
This was a knockout. This is a third-quarter knockout. So I think look, you'll always reevaluate. Mike Locksley's going to Maryland, so he'll have a new offensive coordinator. I don't think the offensive side of the ball, listen, I mean, you can't overreact to one game. Clemson played great. They didn't exactly smother Alabama. Like I said, they made some situational great plays, but Tua's still going to light it up next year. I think you'll look at, and Alabama's got 5 stars all over the place, but I think when you get beaten like that and you come up that short and Clemson's not going anywhere, I think you do some off-season soul searching. There may be some staff situations there and some reevaluation, but that's healthy. I mean, Nick Saban's a smart guy. He's not going to be he's not going to fall apart because he lost a game. I think he was very gracious and classy in defeat last night.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.